Tuilaepa, thank you for joining me today in the Producer Mike Show. First, we ask our Heavenly Father, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit to bless this show with divine wisdom. This is a talk show where we celebrate, debate, question, interview topics that are happening around the whole of the Moana Pacific. I have once again the special guest, Tuilaepa, with us today. I'll be asking him some major questions that have got to do with the major issues happening in Samoa. And if you can just bear with me, I'll get him on the air and we can start. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Today we have the Honourable Tuilaepa, the opposition leader of Samoa. In our presence today, we are so grateful for his time. I hope he has had a great week recovering. And I'm here to ask some questions. How are you, Honourable? Can you hear me, Honourable?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I may have to switch over intermittently into Samoan as I see fit,
Yes.
in case for clarification.
Yes, no worries. Honourable. Welcome. And I wanted to get into our major issues that's happening in Samoa, which are many. But the ones I wanted to ask about was any power outages in the last week? How's it been going, Honourable?
Oh, yes. Yesterday, we did have extended power outages for many of the areas and districts. This was intended to ensure that all the power is available for the entertainment by the UP40
Oh, okay.
that took place here. So you can see the continuation of the sharing of electricity
That's right.
because of the problems we have experienced every time, since the newcomer, since the present government came in from the last 3 years up to today.
Oh. If Honourable, just another issue was the hospital medicine shortages. They keep reporting it again. There's no medicines in some of the main hospitals. This is a big concern. We seem like we are a third world country, but we're not.
Well, it's now the practice by many of our people to go to private suppliers, private pharmacies, because the hospital services have been very disappointing.
It's not a good look for the government. The drugs issues still a big issue in Samoa. There has been there has been police officers, senior police officers involved under investigations, allegedly leaking information. Is there any comment on that, Honourable?
Well, I think we have to be very careful here because the case involved is under investigation.
That's right.
But as you know, the leader of government is the police uh, minister. So he is doing everything possible to get rid of those who follow the law, those who do what the prime minister directs, are especially given favorable treatment. Even people that should never have been allowed back for proven investigations of their inability to continue, as police have been hired back. So this is the kind of government that we have now. We have a police force where some police are reporting on the activities of the other policemen. Not a very good thing for the police services of this country.
Yes. Thank you, Honourable. That's a very good point you make, because it's an investigation, it's pending investigation. But a lot of medias treat it like it's for real. It's a real thing that's happened. And that's why it's important that we make sure we say it properly how it is. I just want to, while we're on...
It is the Prime Minister who says one thing but does the other. And he is known to be giving direction to the police on what to do.
Very scary.
It's not new, because when he was a minister under me, he did exactly the same thing to me. He tried to use my power as Prime Minister to control the police. That means to refrain from suing him.
That's very scary, Honourable. On this subject, Honourable Tuilaepa, the police officer had stepped down pending investigation. When I look at this case, even here in Australia, when you are under investigation, you step down from your position. So I just want to take back last year, Honourable was charged with a serious offence. He was put under investigation for this investigation in court at this moment. The Laoli is charged from this under investigation, but he refused to step down. And this is where the parties of the Fast 1 and Fast 2 had split. Is this, as the opposition leader, should he be a leader and be stepping down until this court case tomorrow is over, Honourable?
When one talks of a leader who has integrity, that's the honorable thing to do.
Yeah.
To step down.
Yeah.
A leader who follows the rule of law and adopts the process of good governance principles of transparency and accountability. He should have stepped down.
Thank you, Honourable, for that feedback. As you want to move on to other topics, the ferry. The ferry that you have mentioned, I've seen you put comments to say to check the new ferry coming into Samoa, has now been cancelled by the Prime Minister. The $13 million have been put through to this project, but we are unsure what's happening with this topic at the moment. Can you comment, Honourable Tuilaepa, on this subject?
Well, we have been informed by the media that the contract has been cancelled. And when contracts are cancelled, there are penalties involved. So we lose money on this purchase. The same way we lost money on the discontinuation of the contract for the lease on the plane that they returned without any good reason.
Yeah, they seem to be cancelling a lot of projects, Honourable.
But what is very bad for the government is the image that we have been conned by international crooks with the cooperation of the government leaders.
Thank you, Honourable, for that answer. Crossing to the teachers, I wanted to get your intake on bringing overseas teachers to help. Does this help Samoa, or does it not help Samoa, Honourable?
It is a wild step in the dark by a leader who is extremely ignorant of the situation of teachers shortages in New Zealand, Australia, and other countries of the Pacific. Even in Samoa, we had to, when we were in office, to set up a system for the government to have a special program to allow 60 teachers of science to go back and have their studies for degrees to improve education for our children. Other small Pacific Island nations follow the same example we set up. And that's what we ought to do. The present government leader is absolutely ignorant of the problems involved.
Yeah, thank you for that insight, Honourable. There has been talk about and I've seen on the news about the Prime Minister reacting to your English remarks. He's saying that he is Mr. Englishman. Is this? He must have taken it personal. What are your thoughts? Should he take personal?
I gave it as a good advice from us, the opposition, because we value the importance of maintaining the dignity of a prime minister of all of us. And by speaking in broken English and very bad, makes us all shameful, all of us who have been educated properly. Very, very shameful. More particularly when he pointed out his ignorance, that he was an Englishman. It means that he is totally ignorant of where the Schmidt comes from. It is not English. It is German. So even at this adult stage, he still does not understand that Schmidt is not English. It is German.
Yes.
Where another madman came, Hitler, who was well known for being a con man, con artist, a crook, a murderer. So I think the issue reflects poorly on him and his family.
And I say it's honourable. I just want us to, the issues with the planes. Now, the government have come out and said that it's going to take them 2 years for us to get planes, which is a good start. They are trying to make things work. I just wanted to get your opinion on how you think, is this a realistic project from your experience?
It is the most ridiculous way of funding a plane. And without hesitation, I can say that the whole thing is stupid and will never take place.
Thank you, Honourable, for that answer. The whanawhawai, it's a big topic in Samoa at the moment. There's a lot of, Laoli has backed the minister or the MP that had been found guilty of corrupt practices to continue to be the CEO chairperson. And can you give us your comment on that, please, Honourable?
Well, there is no better clarification of where Laoli stands. Because with that former MP being declared by the court as having committed the misuse of funds or stealing of funds, public funds, what more can you say? The man should never be allowed back to care and direct the usage of public funds. But that is what Laoli excels in, putting in people without clean record to run this country's finances in the rural areas.
Thank you, Honourable, for that. You know, this whanawhawai, it was rolled out in early stages. It's not a new system. I just wanted to say, has there been an audit on where the money is being distributed on these projects?
Well, there has been some audit, but they've never been tabled in Parliament. That's what matters. It seemed that they did some kind of audit, and they refused to have it tabled in Parliament.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because it may disclose a lot of wrongdoings by their former MPs.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that insight. I didn't know about that. There's nothing much really we can complain about the government, and I'm trying to find good things to say. But the new markets has been built. Now, I read a story about the markets being built and some of the vendors, the processes of the vendors being chosen to be inside these new markets. It seems to be in front of the cabinet. Now, the cabinet are going to choose who are going to be the vendors of this new supermarket. Do you think this is a fair thing? Is this something that you guys did in government, Tuilaepa?
Well, what they're going to do is to select people in. We can imagine what the leader will do. They will require their oath that they are supporters of their party. Any other person would be denied access to use the market. The same thing is proposed for those who will benefit from public funds that will be channeled out to village development. That people who will benefit must bring in their names for them to know what kind of request that they have put in. That means they will give only to those who vote for fast. And this is done and promised at a time when we are heading into by-elections. So you can see the whole plot.
Yeah.
again to try and win seats in the new by-elections, which is why we are asking the court to address this very issue, because it's going to be repetition, and they ignore completely the decisions of the court. The court, and I must congratulate the judges of the court for sticking to their decisions in the cases that have already been decided, and the court is the only remaining protector of democracy in our country from known crooks in the government now.
That's very. Thank you for that answer, Honourable Tuilaepa. I have had. That's my last question is to you, Honourable. About tomorrow is a big day for the government. We have a few MPs that are due for court for a verdict. This could change the Prime Minister's future, where he will have to step down, or I hope if he was to give in a verdict that would find him guilty, if he doesn't step down, that would cause a lot of problems in our country in Samoa. What are your thoughts on that, if that was to happen?
Well, we'll leave the actions by the HRBP until after.
Okay.
But we have already summoned a meeting of all the supporters of HRPP from 51 constituency districts that will take place on this coming Friday. And the whole intention is to exchange views and ask for their guidance on what we, the leaders of this country, must do. So this is a very important meeting. We still try, as you see, we are still trying to use our peaceful, traditional, cultural method of solving our differences, and as well to follow strictly the application of the law to keep the peace in Samoa, as it was when we were administering our country.
Well said, Honourable. That's my last question. If you have anything else that you want to touch on, the floor is yours.
Well, you already know that there are 2 pending cases against me for defamation.
That's right.
They call our questioning of their actions as defamation, when we are simply doing our duty as sworn in leaders of this country before God to perform our function to the best of our ability. And this is why we continue to insist that the government must follow the Constitution. Follow the Constitution and the highest law of Samoa. The present leader ignores the Constitution. This is very dangerous. A precedent for bad leadership of Samoa in the future. And it is a wake-up call for all educated leaders of Samoa. Wake up. Wake up. Speak your mind for the future of our beloved country that was given to us by our Lord above. And that we face all the questionable characters without fear and with certainty of mind that we are continuing to do the best as is required of us by our Lord, who is the founder of this government of Samoa. So this is my urgings to our leaders and all our listeners. There are so many ignorant people who surrender comments in the Facebook that reflected the utter stupidity of their mindset. And I am praying for all the people of Samoa who are proud of their country, who are proud of their constitution, who are proud of the country being a religious country, to do the right thing with honor and without fear. We are all called by our Lord to serve one master only. That's our Lord. But when we serve our Lord, at the same time serve our own selfish interests, then that is not serving God. And it is the beginning of many disasters that will befall this country of Samoa. With these few words, I congratulate the program. I congratulate you all. Why? Because you too are targeted by these evil-minded Samoans who know no better and trying to accuse you of using your God-given talents to spread the word of honor and the word of God through honesty in your callings. And with these few words, I send my blessing and my thank you to all Samoans who are listening in at this very hour to our program, inclusive of all the fast and Lauri who also listens, not for any good reason, but to arm themselves with new baseless accusations to try and destroy the message that I have delivered tonight. And without further ado, alofa kele aku tapo inga Samoa, yona tulama whalupea. So for me manuia.
Well, thank you. We're going to cross over to a break here, but we've just had a conversation with the Honourable Tuilaepa, and I wanted to have a little bit of a feedback, but I'll just take it to a break, and I'll come back in a few minutes and listen to some of these songs that I like to listen to. It's today's Sunday, a day of God, and just enjoy these songs while we'll take a little break. Thank you.
'cause you're with me. I will not fear. My hiding place, my safe refuge, my treasure, Lord, you are my friend and King, anointed one, most holy. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. I will exalt you. You are my God. Hear these praises from a grateful heart. Each time I think of you, the praises start. Love you so much, Jesus. Love you so much. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence, carried on your wings. Love you so much, Jesus. Love you so much. Hear these praises. Hear these praises from a grateful heart. Each time I think of you, the praises start. Love you so much, my Jesus. Jesus, love you so much. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence, carried on your wings. Love you so much, my Jesus. Jesus, love you so much. How my soul longs for you, longs to worship you forever in your power and majesty. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. Hear these praises. Hear these praises from a grateful heart. Every time, each time I think of you, single time, the praises start. Love you so much, my Jesus. Jesus, love you so much. Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence, carried on your wings. so much. How my soul longs for you, longs to worship you forever in your power and majesty. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. I lift my hands, I lift my hands, I lift my heart, I lift my voice towards the heavens, for you are my sun and shield. Hear these praises from a grateful heart. Each time I think of you, the praises start. Love you so much, my Jesus, Jesus. Love you so much, Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you. My soul sings here in your presence, carried on your wings. Love you so much, my Jesus, Jesus. Love you so much. I love you so much. Love you so much, Jesus. Love you so much.
Welcome back, guys, to the show. I was very nervous talking to the opposition leader, Honourable Tuilaepa. He's a man with great experience, great aura, great mana for our people, and many people do not fully fathom what kind of person this man is. And a lot of the stuff that we see online, it's putting him down, his name down in the dirt, and like if he's done some of the stuff that these people are talking about online, hey, fair is fair, but when you know that it's not true and you've done the investigation, you've done investigating into these topics, and you go deeper, and you just think, damn, there's some pretty hurtful people in our culture, and people have their hurts. I understand, people they're growing as they go, they get anger problems, they have self-worth problems. I get it, so I'm not harsh on that, because I understand that. We're all humans, we all go through our own problems, and we try and get better at it. But just back to what we're talking about, the politics, it's a massive topic in our culture, in Samoan. Like us Samoans, how it is in the families. It's a lot of gossiping, and people like to talk about drama. And, in politics, it wasn't drama back in the day. It was, it was when you think about it, it was pretty boring. There was no, not like, didn't have hundreds, like thousands of people watching into Parliament. That's not until now. That's just how much drama that's surrounded by this. And to see a man like him, Honourable Tuilaepa, he's a man, he's 80. He's in his 80s. He's done this for so long, and he's still doing it. He could just hang up the boots and go, yeah, I'm done. But I know, and when I investigate more, it's because he loves the country so much. And that's why when these people in media are saying this and that and saying negative things about him, and then they jump into the I'm a Christian, they start quoting things from the Bible. Then they come back and they just start playing these negative remarks towards stuff that was not true. And us Samoan people, there's a lot that gossip, and so that's the news for, did you hear what this person said? Did you hear what that media said? Wow, that's crazy. And they actually believe it. And that's the problem we have in our, especially the Samoans. We may be weak, but that's why I kind of came on and said, hey, I'll speak the truth, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I'm happy to hear it. I'm not here to argue and try and, what this side did. I don't want to play into the politics, because I'm against the politics, this game of politics. I'm against it because first of all, a lot of our politicians, and this is the truth, a lot of our politicians in Australia and New Zealand, a lot of us that live here, they don't really know these laws are happening. They don't even know what's happening. They don't care. So when it comes to the politics being done like this, now the politics of Labour versus Liberal, or the blue versus the red, is hitting our culture, and then people are starting to believe it, and then they go to, and then they pass away, like thinking that this is it. Like the red side is the greatest side of them all. But then when you go and look deeper into the works and the paperwork and all the stuff that you see, the good the good works and that have been done in Samoa, it's got Tuilaepa and HLPP behind it. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I don't like bullying. I don't like bullies. No one likes bullies, and enough's enough. I'm just saying it, even though I don't. In our culture, you get you get embarrassed because you can't even speak Samoan. So, even putting myself in front of the camera, it's not me as well. But, my dad's in front of the camera all the time, and he's the one that's speaking it up, even though he doesn't come from that background of, excellency and all these academic stuff. He doesn't have that background, and so do I. But, so I'm sitting here because that's what I'm the producer. I'm the producer of the show, usually behind the scene. And now my dad being arrested or being charged for defamation, even that story as it is, that's unfair. It's so corrupt. This is how corrupt. It's a little side story, but my dad's story is he has been arrested in Samoa and charged with defamation. Some remarks that he made online here in Sydney, and someone from New Zealand had sued him for the remarks that were said here in Australia, and the Samoan court has given the green light to bring the case forward and say that's defamation because he's a citizen of Samoa or something. But the remarks were said here in Australia. This is how crazy it is. In Australia, you say something, and then someone from New Zealand can pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I want to charge these guys. They're in New Zealand. I want to get them, and I want to sue them for defamation." And then they get arrested. I mean, whoever passed that through, I don't know who passed that through to allow that sue to come through, but whoever did that, that's corruption. I mean, I'm not trying to and so I'm seeing that, and I'm like, man. It's not like I got a brother or someone else that could have come step up and speak in Samoan, because I can't speak fluent Samoan. I understand the Samoan, but I don't speak fluently, and I'm working on that. That's, we're working on things. We all got our issues, and we're all trying to strive to be better. But yeah, and that's corrupt. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll come on here and I'll speak English, and I'll just try and help the people to understand. And if they give me bad remarks and bad comments, then so be it. I don't have an issue with that, because I know everyone's learning, and that's what my point is, guys. Like if you're struggling, or I always hear this term, like people that are bullying someone else, it's because they got hurt. This is where they always talk about the fruits of where you come from. Like you always know that the bully is getting, is bullying someone, but then you go to their home, and then obviously you can see why they're bullying someone, because their dad and mum are bullying them, or someone at home. So I'm very aware of these types of patterns in our society. And then, so my knowledge that I've learned, I'm trying to give back, and also get information back. If you have a understanding of something, bring it through, or I'd love to listen. But I just wanted to cross over to a video that's been circulating our Samoan community about a pastor or a faith owl that has been fed up as well. He's said some stuff against another media outlet, and then and I just wanted to play in just to see what you thought about that. Okay, close to it.
Au kupe e fai, e parpala. Au kupe e mau mai Facebook. Le e mafuanga maua, onga whaleanga solo, fai upu I ka ngaka, lo wano ki fai upu fo ia Tuilaepa. Ko ke o mai fai mai e whaloalo I pule, ai ko ke le whaloalo ia Tuilaepa, o Tuilaepa fo I o le isi pule. O Tuilaepa fai pule. Ai ko ke le o whaloalo ai. Ako ke o mai fai solo kalo ngaka. Ko ke o mai fa kupu kala ele sao. Ko ke o mai fai kala o iska ngaka. A mawa ko kupe ko pukalamenga. Ai fai ai ko sfuluai. E palpala ko kupe. E palpala ko kupe. O mele kupu ya uko. Ko kam fai e pelo e whaleanga I lo pumongi. Kusa wale heise kou. Kusa wale heise kou. Kusa ngai ki whai me ke whaola inga. Sa ngai ke alu mai kalangoa whai mai oe wai whaola inga. Wai loku pente koso. Au kei loa kwai lau kalangoa. E whaleo nga lua. E ke leo mau kongu I lau karikongunga ma lau kalalei. I ke whaleo nga lua. O le si au vaere I kalalei. A le si au vaere I poko lea o ngā e whase ai. Eo whaki hao ea siaka. E le se vi inga o lea kua mau ai.
Thank you, guys. That's the video that I shared. This is another Samoan. I think he's a preacher. He's a pastor, and he's obviously knowledgeable in the Bible. And it's good. We can use the Bible to get, to help us understand things. And so I just want to say, good on to this man, Tassi. I think his name is Tassi. And this kind of energy, this is what I was saying about we need to humble ourselves, us Samoans, humble ourselves and not talk stuff that's not true. I know, like, this is why I come back to the politics. Leave the politics to the Palangis. We are Samoans. Our Samoans, Samoan culture and our customs, it's very beautiful. And I admire it so much, because because if you go to a funeral, you can see the way they talk, it's poetry. people are not aware of that. So I look to in the future to share the knowledge that I have. But I don't know every knowledge, but what I know. And if you know what I know, you will think, man, you will think so high of how our Samoan community culture is. As you see in the funerals and the gifts that are being given out, and and the money, but this pastor has mentioned this. In the second video, he did say you've got one leg on one side to talking good things, and on the other leg you got other. It contradicts each other. In other words, he's saying you got one leg in each. You can't. It's pretty much calling it out for what he's doing is wrong. And when you think about our culture it goes hand in hand with Christianity. It's all about love, respect. And what they're doing to Tuilaepa, as he mentioned in the first video I played, he said they have such highness for MPs of the government, but then when it comes to Tuilaepa, like they treat him like differently, as if he's, as he's different. But he's also a member of parliament as well. You see, that contradiction there, guys, is what I'm calling out. It's dirty politics. You see that in Liberal Labour, you see that often. That's normal in outside of Samoa, but not inside Samoa. And that's exactly my point I'm trying to say. Get the dirty politics out. And that's what another point, because don't get me wrong, with Lauli, the Prime Minister, he's a very charismatic man, and I know he's a good man. Everyone's a good man. We're all children of God. But when you talk and you mix the politics and dirty politics to favor yourself to get ahead, it's got to be told. It's got to catch up, and that's why I mentioned before. I believe his dirty politics is got to catch him. But if you have a good heart and you bring out, your good works, even if you don't say it out loud, it shows, and people do see. That's why I'm here. I see Tuilaepa's good works, and I've seen a lot of the stuff that he's done. This is not me making it up. This is stuff that I've seen articles after article of the millions of dollars that has been processed through HRPP and Tuilaepa. Millions. Like, we're not talking about little millions, we're talking about hundreds of millions. And you got to have so much mana and love to kind of do the right job, because, if you're thinking about millions and you're sitting in the office and you're thinking, wow, I just need 1 million to put on the side here, that's what the normal person would do. But this man, he has done so much to kind of build this country, Samoa, up, that to see it, people coming out and painting the picture to say he's corrupt, he's done money here, he's got investments here, right? With no proof. That's my point I'm trying to say. With no proof. If there's proof, hey, I'm wrong. But there's no proof. It's just talking about corruption, and it's just our people who are not as strong because they're going through their own stuff, are just listening and listening. They're going to work, they're listening to it. They come back from work, they're listening to it. It's lies. And I'm happy that Tassi has, he said something about, to mention it. And, wish other people should mention it, even in their comments. We should not, even on the HRPP side, we shouldn't go down to the level of that. People are going through their hard times. You remember, people, bully other bullies. So if they're bullying you, it's because they got stuff that they got bullied. So just give them, I know it's hard to take in, but what I'm saying is refrain from commenting back, because you're just fueling the blue versus red. We need just Samoa and calling out the truth. And if they say some bad remarks and their name is on it, leave it on them, is what I'm saying. Because especially I delete all negative fake pages. They think they can come online and say these comments of negativity, but they're hiding behind a fake page. If you make a fake page on my page, I delete it. But if you make a comment that's negative and it's got your name, your real name on it, I leave it, because it's a shame to see someone with a last name. They have a last name, and in our culture, we love our families, and then for them to come online and comment negativity stuff, you put your mum and you put your dad out there. These are our teachers, and I remember Tassi saying that. We need a teacher. Jesus is our teacher. But in saying this, when you write things on comments online, you're putting your mum and dad online, your name online. And if you love your family, don't say negative stuff. And especially these people that are saying negative stuff and then not wanting me to reply. I wish you well, and I hope you get better from your understanding or your mental issue. And then I truly mean that. I don't mean it in a trying to be a smart ass to you. But I hope me talking about it can help people see that, oh man, my comments are not as good. Because a lot of these people have kids. And I just wonder if they are commenting that to their kids, then I'm sure in their heart they wouldn't want anyone in the world to comment negative to them. I know, because we all love our kids. And so, that's why I say, always treat people the way you like to be treated. Because, there's people with more talent or, better, but that doesn't matter. We strive and we lift up and we do better and we get up and do it again. That's why I'm all about supporting the government, because he's the government now. The FAST government is the government now. But with my honesty, the FAST party, I believe, played a lot of dirty politics, smudging negativity on things that are not true, that are not backed up by receipts, backed up by real things. Like they said about Tuilaepa sold all the land to China. And people still believe that today. Fair enough if it's true, guys, but it's not true. That's my point I'm trying to make. It's not true. And we need people we don't need, but if you've got a talent, say it. Say the truth. And that was my message I wanted to say. And thank you guys for the support. I'm producer Mike. I'm supposed to be behind the camera, but I'm in front of the camera due to circumstances. But I'm not a professional at this, but I'm just sort of telling you my views on what I think as a Samoan living out of Samoa. I'm just telling you what I think. I might be wrong, and I'm happy to listen and hear it out, and I'll correct it. But we're all humans. We're all kids, children of God at the end of the day. And I truly wish all the people that hate on me and all that stuff, I truly wish them the best. And also the people that are supporting, thank you. And I got some comments that were positive. Some of these comments are paragraphs long, and I was thinking, man, it had some good points. It had some real good points, and they were FAST supporters. I think a lady mentioned to me that she was happy that when the FAST had come in because, they get disability now support $450 a month, which is good. And I thought, wow, that's good. If that's amazing if that's true. And I think I asked someone who knew more knowledge than me about this, the little details of what's been happening, and they said, well, the money hasn't yet been done yet. It hasn't been given out yet. So these people they get the message, and I like to hear their feedback. But just with that right there, the $450, she's thinking that their parents get that. So she used as an argument against me. Fair enough argument. But to find out the money actually it hasn't been distributed yet. I think they're waiting for the new year or the new financial year for it to come out. If I might be wrong, but that hasn't come out yet. So I like to hear it. I like to hear, but if you're going to come on here, say that I can't fit through the door, I'm so big, and guys, I know that. It's another thing. I'm working on my Samoan and I'm working on my weight, but in saying that, it doesn't affect me, because at the end of the day, we're all, we all go through the same struggles. We all have a mum and dad. We all go through different scenarios. And it doesn't faze me. I've been through a lot of stuff. It doesn't faze me. But I know if you might feel good, all right. But my message is to be nice to each other, and Samoans understand. We have to know where we are, who we are. We are Samoans, and if you look at our culture, we are full of love. We are full of respect. If you don't believe me, go to a Samoan funeral. There's so much love and so much respect. So, and it's sad to see the politics is dividing our people. And that's just what I see. Maybe you think that's not, but I definitely can see FAST and HRPP. But it shouldn't be about that. It should be for Samoa, for Samoans. And I want to leave on that message, guys. And thank you for listening and tuning in. And tomorrow they have another, we touched base on there was a case on Laoli. He was charged. And the story is massive. It's a massive story. I don't know why media are not really talking about it, but this court case is due for the verdict tomorrow. And if the Prime Minister and these people are, if the Prime Minister is given a verdict of 3,000, fine, I think he has to step down from his posts. So if it's a fine of $3,000 or less, he's okay. But if it's 3,000 upwards, he has to retire from his post. So it's a massive day for Samoa, because the Prime Minister has got a verdict and it's in the hands of the courts. So and that's why Honourable Tuilaepa has mentioned to say the last step is of our, of Samoa surviving is through the courts. So I wish that everything goes to plan for, everything, the right outcome comes out tomorrow, and it's in God's hands now. And I don't know if I can get anyone to get to the courts tomorrow, because I try and look for some English-speaking Samoans that can report. As I said, I don't know. I'm just a producer behind the scenes. But hopefully, in the future, we can get people over there that I know they can explain what's happening in English, because or the diaspora can understand. But I'm sorry if I said anything negative in the show that offended you. I hope that you can find in your heart to forgive, and also thank you for the support. And remember to be nice to each other and treat everyone with respect. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Te se